good evening, good night. Anyways, welcome to the Parts Unknown, known as the Claws and Clem Show. As everyone knows, second and fourth Mondays, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 8:30 on Central Time. For you beautiful people on the West Coast, 6:30. Uh, really, let's be serious. This week has not been, much to talk about. Let's be serious. Unless you've been talking about NBA playoffs or NHL playoffs. Oh yeah, NFL draft is coming up on Thursday. But other than that,
Yeah,
that's it. It's all about NBA playoffs and NHL playoffs. And Mr. Garcia got knocked out by Mr. Davis. That was the big headline
yeah,
in
yep.
round seven.
Wow. I
And
know
the
people been
yeah,
having the issue of them exchanging numbers and stuff at
I
the
have no
end,
problem.
which I ain't have a problem with that.
I have no problem with
Whatever.
that.
Sometimes it's something. Okay, this is going to kind of get into a subject of something that we've talked about before, and and we've hashed on it numerous of times about how you have like certain producers and stuff do not want their talent meeting each other before the fight because they feel like it kills some of the aggressiveness or the aggression level.
Hmm.
It's kind of hard. I mean, it's basic human nature. If it's somebody that you really care about or somebody you really respect, it's kind of hard to be like, I'm gonna kill you. Kind of which we say we're gonna kill you, but we're not gonna actually kill you. But is more of a euphemism than anything. But I think that comes into play a lot, and that here it is, but it's something about and I see this more with MMA because the joke was, well, if this was MMA fighter, then they wouldn't have done that. Like, I said, no, we can't say that because and I think in MMA more so than boxing. I think with any kind of combat sports,
Hmm.
pugilism or any kind of discipline, it's something about, and especially when you have that shared communal experience of what you two had just went through. The only
Hmm.
two people who really experienced that was you two. Now you have your corner men and your cut men and all that, and they're there by proxy. But really, the only two throwing punches is you two. Even the ref is just there. The only two people. So really, the only two people who truly understand what's really going on is those two. And there's something about even people I really didn't really like, but you proved it in the ring, and you gonna back up your talk. Okay, well, it's like now you earn my respect, kind of thing. Not unlike what happened in the playground. A lot of times, you have some
Yeah.
dudes that they hated each other until they fought each other, and then when they fought each other, they ended up being best friends. Because you're like, okay, I got another dude that
Yep.
can go toe to toe and
Yep.
bring out the best of me. And I think that's the part that I search for and I look for in fighters and things of that nature. That I don't care if you're the best of friends or whatever. It's just that when you're on the mat, you're going for the juggler because, and this is where to me is the next level. Because for me to cheapen myself or to cheapen her of the experience of like, okay, I'm just gonna mail it in today. You're
Mm.
doing the fans a disservice. You're doing the genre a disservice. Your company that you're working for a disservice, and more important, you're doing the other fighter a disservice. I see more
Mm.
when one fighter, is trying to mail it in or trying to, okay, especially the ones that want to try to change the rules in the middle of a fight.
Oh
We've
boy.
seen across the spectrum. I'm not gonna name names, but we've seen across the spectrum. But
No need
don't
to
need to
name
name
names.
names. But it's like when you get to that level of stuff, it's almost like it just throws the whole thing off because it's like what you know now that sometimes can make the other girl timid. And now it's like, okay, how do I throttle my aggression? I was ready to go and kill her. Now I gotta kind of, ooh, because of this, that, and other.
Exactly.
Now it's one thing if it's something that occurred in the fight. Let's say an injury happens or something, you know, or there's something like that that's beyond your control. But when it's just, more of a thing of, oh well, I just thought we was just gonna roll around and giggle on the mats. When we gave you examples and stuff of what we're doing, and now you went, nah, man, don't do that.
I'm with you. If you're gonna do the giggles and roll around the match, you might as well do the
Mm,
fantasy thing.
right,
If
right,
that's
and
what you want to
we don't
do,
do fantasy here.
do that. Most of us fans don't care for fantasy. Don't get me wrong. There's a
Now
crowd for
we
fantasies
may
and
do some
scripting and stuff.
scenario stuff or some cosplay level stuff, and we want to make where
That's
the
fine.
action itself is real. But we may do like a storyline or something to set it up. But when it's time, go time, it's no, it's whatever it come out to be.
I hear you. I'm good with storylines. Like you said, I don't have a problem with storylines, but like you said, when it's time to go, it's time to go. No problem with the storyline. That don't bother me.
Mm.
It used to bother me, not so much now. Don't really care. But yeah. So yeah, on the news, I think do we have 3 upcoming fights between April and May? Yes, we do. So the first one, as you know, as everybody knows by now, is our friend Mexican cat fight, as everybody knows by now, or should know by now, right? Or should know by now. Uh, Valentina Sachs, his wife, is doing. I think this year he told me something. I read something on the website. She's only doing 3 fights this year, which sounds about correct. So this is her first cat fight. She's finding a new person named Dulce Queen. That's going happening on Saturday. This Saturday.
Mm.
So it's gonna be 3 5-minute rounds. Most submissions wins. I know Klaus is gonna be happy because the fight is gonna start out fully clothed. That's the first. That's the first. That's the headline news for
Mm.
you. Fully clothed people, not nude, not topless. Fully clothed fight. They're gonna be. I think they're gonna be in skirts, blouses, and stockings to start with. It's basically a close ripping fight until which is what
And when is the
most
date of
of
this?
us actually want. Saturday the
Oh
29th,
wow.
5 days from now.
Okay.
You can still sponsor. You can definitely still sponsor. He's still taking sponsorship for sure. But yes, Saturday the 29th, 5 days from now. This should be an interesting one. It seems very interesting. I'm not gonna say I won't say they're trash talking to set it up, but they're doing a good job of promoting. I'll say that right now. So the next fight after that is for people who haven't followed the little rampage in Paris fight, which was supposed to happen in March. That got
Mm.
postponed twice. I think it's finally going to happen. I think it's finally going to happen in May. I don't know. It's the beginning of May. I'm not sure the date. I forgot. I think it's a month. Is it Monday? They're
Mm.
going to do this. I have to figure it out to lock in the date. They're finally going to do this. I
Okay.
think. Hopefully, there's no more injuries for little rampage, and then
No
it
more
actually will
setbacks.
happen,
Yeah, because that
or
has
no
to be
more
tough.
setbacks. Because, like you said, after you know how it is. After a while, you keep postponing. You keep postponing. People are like, we want our money back. We can't be sitting here waiting and waiting and waiting. And then, of course, the last one is May 21st. I don't have to say it too much. You know who it is. It's the rematch between Queen Gia Love and Valor Catfights for a person I'm not going to name. You know who she is. I don't have to say
Okay.
anything. So the price, y'all know. If you want to go watch a fight, you know the price. If you want to buy the fight, you know the price. So
Mm.
that's it. And these two have been going back and forth on Twitter. Trash talking a little bit, trying to keep it entertaining. Not too much trash talking. They were talking about clothes and all this other stuff. It's kind
Well,
of funny.
because I'm like,
So
trash talking
this,
about what? It was a rather decisive victory the last time, and I expect more of
yeah,
the
I
same.
know.
I haven't. Well,
I do too. I do too. But it seems to me like Queen Gia wants to make a point of making a better fight than the last time, from what I can
which is
tell.
now. Let me ask this, and in Queen Gia's defense, have Valor done one since the first matchup, or was that her last one before she went on the
This is
hiatus?
that was her
So
last
this
fight.
was the last one before she
Yeah,
went
this
on
was
the
the last.
hiatus. So,
Her first fight was against a new person named what was her
oh,
name at the
Roxy Hart.
time?
Okay, yeah, yeah,
Roxy
yeah, yeah,
Hart,
yeah.
which we
Yeah,
haven't seen her at
so,
all since.
but did she do the Roxy fight before she did Gia?
Yeah, the Roxy Hart fight was way before the Gia fight. The Gia fight
Oh,
was a
okay,
private fight in South Carolina.
okay. But I guess my question is, so did she do one after the Gia fight?
Nope, she hasn't done
Okay,
none of the
so
fights.
that
She
was
hasn't
about
done any
what, three
fights.
years
Neither
ago,
has
2 years ago, 3 years ago.
yeah, yeah. It's a 2 year. It's been
Yeah,
like a
2 year
two-year
hiatus.
hiatus for
Yeah,
her, pretty much, because her husband's in the
yeah,
military. They've been going back and forth
right.
and all that. And as for Queen Gia, she hasn't really done a fight herself in what, a year and a half. It's been a year and a half since she fought. I forgot who she fought. Oh, she fought Shakira. That's a lot. Her last fight that I remember.
Mm.
That was that rematch, the one where both of us were like, we wasted our time watching this. I remember me and you talking about this fight. So it's been a
Well,
year and a
I
half
know.
since she done
Didn't
anything.
she end up having a total of like three with her or two? I know she had at least
Which one?
Gia and Shakira. I know they had at least two.
Yeah, that was they had to. The first fight was a draw. The second fight, I forgot who won
Right.
the second fight. The first fight was a draw for sure. I think it was 3-3. And we were like, we were bored out of our minds because they took forever in the first
Right, because it
fight.
was like a seven
I
hour
remember that.
stream.
I said straight.
I would have never
Yeah,
imagined it because I remember thinking, well, I'm not going to have a chance to see it because of work
me
schedule.
too.
And then I remember texting you, you like, man, now I think you had said they had just gotten through with the first round. I'm like, wait a minute, what?
Yep.
I remember
Yes.
logging back on
It's facts.
because when I
Facts.
first logged on was just before they got started. They were stretching or whatever, and then I
Yep.
had to go to work. And then here it is 3, 4 hours later. I get done with the game. I contact you back. I'm like, hey, how did it go? Well, man, they just now got done with the first round. They're about to start the second round. I'm like, what? So I jumped on to watch the rest of it.
True.
Yeah, but I remember
We
that.
ended up watching it. I don't think I'm going to get, like you said, 7 hours of my life I'll never get
Yeah.
back.
And you stayed the whole 7 hours?
In your case, well, not the whole 7 hours. It's more like 5. 5 hours of my life I
Okay.
didn't get back because I was like you. I saw them stretch and then I left for a minute. Right, I left for like 2 hours and I came back and they were still and that's when they were talking. They were introducing each other and they were doing their interviews and all that
Okay.
stuff. Like, what is going on?
Okay.
But anyways, that was the one with whatever. We all know
Mm-hmm.
what happened. So basically, Gia hasn't done any fighting herself either. Really, I mean, cat fights. She's done fantasy cat
I
fights. She's
thought she
done
did
some
the
other stuff.
and then again, did she have no, she never did do the rematch with Sexy Wife, did she?
No, we never got that far. It was on the plans, but it never got there. We all
Okay,
know what happened
okay.
with the sexy wife thing because if
But
we all
really,
know if
since her
whatever
second
happened to
match with
sexy wife,
Shakira, because I remember she fought Tilly, but so really, since the second match with Shakira, I could have sworn Gia had to fought one more time. I could have sworn something popped up and
yeah, who
she
was
showed
it?
up at
Who
the
was it? I
last
don't
minute
remember.
to fill in.
Yeah, she did. I forgot who it
It
was
was
though.
somebody she fought that whoever was supposed to
Yep.
fight wasn't going to make it. Well, one person wasn't going to make it, and she jumped in the. Minute. Maybe it was the Oh, I
Yeah,
know
she
what it
won
was. It was a fight Bay fight, Bay fight,
Bay fight.
Bay
Yes,
fight. It
my
was
bad.
Bay fight.
Well, that was like what was that, a year ago or a year and a half ago? I
I don't
forgot.
think it was
She
no. It
hasn't
wasn't
been
no
on the
year
scene
and
for
a
a
half.
while.
It wasn't that long.
What, 6 months
No,
ago?
I'd say about
7 months
nine,
ago?
8, 9 months
9.
ago. Because I want to
It
say
feels.
it was
It feels.
like
I
right before Thanksgiving.
Yeah, you're right. It is 9 months ago, but it feels
Right.
longer than that because we haven't seen much of
We
action.
ain't seen much
Period.
action of it than anybody. It's been kind of a dry year,
The only
if you
person,
ask me.
the only person who's actually put out fights has been our guy in the UK, Slap City. He's like the
And
only
he's
person
been
I've seen
killing it.
who's put out
He's been
like
killing
three
it.
fights. Now I think he has another. I think I saw another. I saw a preview of another one. He might have put out another one today because yeah, this month has been dry for him, so I can't blame him because at one point the man's been on a roll. Uh, Technical difficulties with my partner, but he's been on a roll. I think he's had a fight in February, had a fight in 2 fights in March, so he's been killing things as of late. Uh, Today there was talks from what was her name a week ago. Oh, Carmelo was talking about her fight against Sunny, which was an interesting one. When he comes back, I'll talk about it. Oh yeah, I saw something on Twitter today. It was one of Sweet Fights' last fight. Whoa, it's not latest fights. You remember the one with Sunny and Carmilla, Sunny Carmilla?
Uh, it all runs together with me. So
That was last year when they went to Hawaii and that fight
ah,
got
yes, and
got
it got cut
terminated.
short.
I have an update
Okay.
on that one. So a few days ago, Carmilla, who's I mean Domina Carmilla. Let me give her proper name. So one of the fans were asking her about the fight and all that stuff. There was a lot of things that came out of that fight. First of all, she said she wasn't feeling well, which you know what you what's wrong with these girls? It's starting to become ironic that at some point she wasn't feeling well. I guess she was, I don't know, she was sick or something. But 2 weeks prior to the fight, she just started eating and you getting her strength back. The mat situation was a mess. She was trying to bring her own mats because Sweet Fight forgot to bring his mats for that fight. You remember when they had to fight on that hardwood floor? Sweet Fight forgot to bring this mats. Uh, she was insinuating that Sonny Ray was breaking the rules. I don't know if that to be true. I don't know. Uh, she says she says she don't have a problem with losing, but she was not happy with how the setup was and everything else. In my opinion, here's my opinion on the whole situation. If you weren't feeling well, you should not even taken the fight to start with.
Mm.
I'm just putting it out there. I'm not trying to. I'm just saying. I feel sorry for you. I give you credit for coming out with all your situation and deciding to fight. But if you're not feeling well and you just started eating 2 weeks prior to the fight, that should be that's a red light for me saying you're not ready. I know Sweet Fights had to spend so much money to fly out to Hawaii so that Sunny, because we all know Hawaii is
Right.
like time zones behind. I understand that. So I don't know if she's gonna be fighting again this year or not. She's debating that. That was like 2 or 3 days ago. I just read that today. I'm
Right.
a little bit behind. We'll see. I don't know. She was also talking about hair pulling and all that stuff and all that other stuff. Don't bother me. I don't know. We'll see.
Now, um, caddy fights. I don't think we've heard from our guy this month. 'Cause,
Okay, here's the thing with him. Here's the thing with him. You remember he told me. So this is I'm gonna tell you the whole thing. So he reached out to me, right? He's saying that can you invite me on the show because I have like 2 more cat fights to show. I'm like, I'm like, okay, you know what to do, man, right? You know what to do. Contact you or contact me. And I gave him the show link. I still haven't heard from him. That was like 2 weeks ago. I still haven't heard from you,
okay,
right? I don't get me wrong. I'm reaching out to people. I'm reaching out to you, Caddy Fights. By the way, Caddy Fights, if you are interested in coming on the show and talking about cat fights, you know what
okay.
to do. You know what to do.
Because I know that normally is every month. Like for the last, he's been like between him and Slap City. They've been the two that's pretty much um have been providing, of any sort of real cat fights.
Correct.
And of course, Mexican as well. So those three has really been
Facts.
carrying the
History.
water for most everyone.
Well said. Well said. Because Tilly's been so busy with her customs lately. That's what we've tried to talk to her, me and one of our other fans, and we've been trying to get in contact. We're not even going to worry about it. She'll come around eventually. She said she's been struggling to get ladies to commit, which is not surprising,
Well,
right? It's really not surprising. As you told me a long time ago, it's hard to find two women to commit and stick with the schedule.
well,
There's always the time of the month and all this other stuff that
well,
comes up. So we'll see. But she said she's been struggling. So we shall see. And like I said, the video of that Sarah Brooke versus Reagan fight, that's still out for people who are interested
okay,
in that one. That was like a few weeks ago, but it's still out there. You have to go on I think it's the uh, Sarah Brooks's Gumroad page. I think it's called WMW. I forgot the yeah, that's it. It's out there, people.
well,
Like you said, other than that, Claus Webb, like you said, other than that, brother, that's it. That's it for the news. I ain't got nothing more to say because everybody is in hiding right now. It seems. I don't know if the fighters are gonna be ready for June, July, August. I don't know if they're waiting for summer or not. It seems like all of them are, from what I can tell. There's nothing moving the needle.
yeah. Because I'm looking here on Caddy
Okay.
Fights' on Twitter. It doesn't see anything since March 20th,
Yep.
1920th, and I know pretty much every month since December.
He usually
Right,
has
he
something.
released something. So this month, no telling. There's always scheduled stuff. So
Yep.
but the
Yep.
door is always open.
Yep. The door's open. Like I said before, if he wants to come on,
Yeah.
come on, brother. Door's open, man.
So
Like we said. we're not. Here's the thing. If you want to be a guest on the show, we're not chasing people. We're not going to chase y'all. We'll just send the invite to you. It's up to y'all to do it or not. That's just it. We are fine doing the show by ourselves,
Yeah.
right? As we said, this is like a release. This is like an escape from everyday life when we do
Mhm.
this. At least in my opinion. I don't know about you, but that's how I
Mhm.
feel. With that being said, people, we're wrapping the show because it's gonna be quick, like he said, very quick.
Mhm.
Again, for our viewers, for our fans, thank you very much for tuning in. I know most of you
Yes.
guys are gonna be tuning in around mid. When I say middle the weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I know y'all gonna watch this back. Thank you very much for the overseas crowd, for the American crowd. We appreciate y'all. I know we've been saying that we've been trying to get special guests. We're trying our best.
Yeah.
We're just waiting for
And,
people to say
and then
yes.
plus again, it's been pretty slow, because I mean,
Very slow.
there's been years, by this point, what were we, 4 months in? We would have had at least
Correct.
a dozen fights by now. But this year it's been slow compared to the last two. It's been slow.
I think I think it's because it could be for all kinds of
Right.
reasons.
Even when we had
Producers could
COVID,
be burnt out.
even when we was in full fledged COVID, it wasn't this
COVID.
slow. It just wasn't this slow.
True.
Maybe because things are opening back up and now people are more back outside. Uh, who knows? Maybe I don't know, but it is to me seems a little strange. It seems like it's just slow. It's just slow. Yeah, as a business.
I can also attribute it to people who are probably burnt out. I'm talking about the
I
fighters.
mean,
It's also possibly the fighters are burnt out.
we've talked about that.
That's
We've
also one.
talked about that how there's lesser people because when you looked at our grade eight, like how when you had half of them basically retired or gotten out, and it's like, well, who is going to replace them? And there wasn't enough people in honorable mention to replace all of them. So
Dude, w- I'm gonna be serious with you. If we ever do a list again, we're gonna struggle just to get 5 people right now. Forget 8. We're gonna struggle just to get 5 at this
yeah, I
rate,
mean,
and that's being nice.
right. We can get eight. I think we can still get eight. I still we there's enough active people. It may be just eight on the dot, but I still think we can get no because you still have Reagan. She's active. You got Peyton. She's active. You got Paige Shantz. She's active. That's three right there. You know. Um,
Eh, yeah, I hear
and
you.
between Mexican
That was fun.
catfights, I think there's somebody should be worthy of being on the
Yeah,
list. Um,
yeah,
well, see, Slap City's girls is because they're overseas. They're in a
yeah.
whole nother bracket. So, um,
Correct, correct.
um, caddy fights. I think maybe one or two of these girls. Maybe we just have to because I lose track who done fought who and who done won against who.
You, you ain't the
So
only
it's
one.
like
You ain't the only one.
so
I'm like
I
you.
have
I'm
to
just
go
as
back
confused as you. I don't know who's fighting
and
who
watch
there.
some of it to see who may be out of that group that may be worthy, if anyone. Of course, Sarah Brooks on the list, Laura's on the list. And we can get probably right
Yep.
at eight. Eight strong. And then everybody else
Yeah.
is kind of on
Well.
ice.
Yeah.
Like a
Pearl hat.
Davina or whatever. Until they come back.
Yeah. But yeah. But yes, guys. The next show is going to be when is the next show? May 10th. That's a guess.
No,
That's a guess
no,
on
no,
my
no, no.
end.
Only February, March, where the dates are the same.
I got you. I got you. Next
May
one.
8th,
When is the next one?
May 8th and
Oh,
May
okay. So May
22nd.
8th. Okay, so the next show will be on Monday, May 8th. Y'all know what time it is, as usual. 9:30 p.m. Central Time. Sorry, Eastern Time. 8:30 Central Time, 6:30 on the West Coast. Uh as my guy Claus Webb, I want to read his thing since he's off for a minute. He can be reached at Claus Webb on Twitter and IG, and I can be reached at Clem underscore AKUFO on IG and Clem Akufo on Twitter. With that being said, for my guy Claus Webb, my name is Clem Akufo. Until Monday, May 8th at 9:30 Eastern Time, we're out. Peace. Apologies for the running time, people. We're out.
Yeah, sorry.
Don't worry.
So,
I did your
oh,
intro and
did
my
you
intro
already?
already, so we're
Yeah, with
good.
the closed web,
Yep.
and then
Okay. Redone it. So Clem underscore AK UFO on IG and Clem Akufo on Twitter. Act two people for Claus Web for myself, Clem Akufo. We
all
are
right,
out. Until next time, everyone.
all right, peace.
Peace.